Hello everybody, Rachel here with some forgotten lore, tips, tricks, and things that are just good to know when playing TCGs. Today I'm going to talk about sleeves and all of their benefits and why you should use them. So first off, sleeves are really good and really important to put on your cards because they make shuffling a whole lot easier. Traditional playing cards have these nice little tapered-ish edges, and those nice little tapered-ish edges mean that when they're shuffled, they kind of slide in between each other a lot nicer, and that makes for an easier shuffle. TCG cards have this, let's see if I can get it there, this width to them. I think you can see that there. The camera keeps focusing on my face. Anyways, there's a width to them. And that thickness means that when they shuffle, they kind of bounce against themselves, giving resistance, making it one harder to shuffle. And then that brings me to my next point, which is that they are more likely to damage your cards, especially when shuffling unsleeved cards. So sleeve your cards up to help prevent damage, sleeve your cards up to make it easier to shuffle. Last point I'll make about why sleeves are awesome and great and everybody should use them is because sleeves will hide any of the little damage that is inevitably going to get on your cards because they're just, fancy cardboard and they're not impervious to harm. So you'll notice here, this beautiful, wonderful sleeve has a nice opaque back. You can get, where'd it go? You can get image sleeves as well, nice opaque back. So let's talk about marked cards for a second because that's where I'm going with this. Any cards that have little dings, marks, whatnot on the edges, if you're at a competitive enough tournament, you might get called on them for being marked cards. And that's because some people who like to cheat will damage cards specifically and then remember the patterns, or will remember patterns that naturally come on damaged cards, and then they'll know which cards are coming up next. That's cheating. That's bad. We don't want to cheat, and we don't want any marked cards that there's no looking like cheating in the slightest. A lot of cards will get damaged over time, but so long as they're what's called sleeve playable, which means you didn't put them through the wash, you didn't take a bite out of them, you didn't fold them in half, you didn't take scissors to them, the things that are just like the little tiny wear and tear, the things that a nice opaque sleeve will cover, means that all of those slightly damaged cards, which are called sleeve playable cards, you can play them without them being considered marked cards. So yeah, that's kind of the gist on sleeves. Sleeves have this nice tapered edge that you can see, which makes them kind of slip into each other very nicely. Shuffling a lot easier, protects your cards from damage, and also makes it so that you can play cards with slight bits of damage on them without them being considered marked cards. So please, if you're playing an unsleeved deck, go buy some sleeves right now. I get panicked right now just thinking about unsleeved decks out there. Sleeves are very important. I fully believe in sleeves.